Next up, we're going to be doing some half cache over here on Hedge with No Monkey Knowledge. And this is admittedly one of the harder maps to do half cache with No Monkey Knowledge. So we're going to be using Sada, as Sada is very strong in these situations. We're going to go all the way over here, up until red, to the right until red, right there. And then we can begin. We're going to get the faster shooting upgrade here. Leaking a little bit there, which is to be expected on this map. It's very difficult. Sitting at 76 lives, that's pretty good. Make sure you get that faster shooting upgrade here. And then we're going to be sitting on this all the way until the end of round 8. And we saw how powerful this placement was. There was a balloon all the way over here, which is clearly out of range of this tack shooter, but we were still able to pop it. Not quite as lucky on that one though. We can wait for this though, as long as we get through this map with No Monkey Knowledge. Not the biggest deal there. We're also going to come over here and turn off auto start, as it's just a little bit too much of a rush to do all of this at once here. And leaking extra on an already difficult map is hard. So we're going to come over here, we're going to sell this. And at the end of this round, we can see we're at 630. We're going to be able to buy Sada. And the Sada placement is a little tricky here. We're going to go over here right between these two. And we're going to go up. We just barely want to be within range up there. We don't want to overdo it on the range, especially because we're going to be getting more range later. So right there is good. And we can press play and resume the auto start. This is definitely a situation where you can really see how strong Sada is in general. Any map where you can make Sada work, Sada is going to do work. And funnily enough, we're going to place down another tack shooter here in just a minute. It's going to go over here. We're going to even slow down to the right until red right there, up until red right there, and then speed back up. We're also going to be getting the faster shooting. So that's the best cost-effective upgrade to get on this tack shooter here. And now we're saving up for a bomb shooter, which is going to be a really good source of damage for us. A little bit unfortunate there. We could use the ability to pop that, but we're just going to let it go to keep things simple. And here we're leaking a little bit more again. Definitely a difficult level here, as we can see. Usually we don't leak that much once we've gotten started. But this map was probably QA'd with Monkey Knowledge, so that's why it's so difficult. Is the developers didn't realize how hard this would be without Monkey Knowledge. That bomb shooter is going to go down to the right there. We're going to be getting the extra range and the frag bombs. And then we're going to save up for the cluster bombs. Cluster bombs give us just a little bit more AoE, which is what we need at this point. We're also very lucky that Sada can handle all of the camo balloons for us. Really huge benefit of that hero is the popping power on the camo. And on half cash, that's even better because we don't have to worry about investing in a tower that has camo vision. Something expensive like a Ninja Monkey would really make it difficult to prepare for this upcoming round 40. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to go down, and then to the right. Down, and then to the right. Right there. We're going to upgrade this to the Moab Mauler. Here comes those camo balloons I was talking about. Look at Sada go. Even on half cash, the Moab Mauler is just such a good value add, isn't it? Even though it has been nerfed many times, they'd love to nerf this tower. We're going to get that to the Moab Mauler and set it to strong, at which point we can come back over here and get the bigger bombs. And then we're also going to be getting the heavy bombs. There we go, round 37, no problem. We're going to come back over here and just make sure that we're extra safe on round 40. We're going to get even faster shooting, more tax, even more tax, and eventually the tax sprayer. All before round 40 here. So we have a very powerful build going into round 40, and we're not floating too much money. Didn't even have to use an ability there. Incredible stuff. But now we need to get our monkey village going. So it's going to come over here, to the right until red, down, to the right, right there. We're going to get the grow blocker and save up for the radar scanner. As we can see, Sada's getting a little overwhelmed there. For me, the scariest part of this build is saving up for the radar scanner. But once we have that radar scanner, we're really happy. And for the rest of the build, everything, it seems like it's downhill from here. So we're saving up for the jungle drums. And you can see we've intentionally built only primary towers here. That's because we want to get extra value from this monkey village that we're going to be so invested in. And there we go, jungle drums. Then we're going to get the primary training, so we're going to get the primary training buff on 3 towers over here. Very powerful. There we go, and because we already have the first level buffs on this tower, we're actually going to get the recursive cluster first, as it's safer than going for the primary mentoring. And we get a lot of power from the upgrade there. There we go, we have that upgrade now. And we can see we're getting a lot of value from it already. Now we're going to be getting the primary mentoring. You see this is still doing pretty good work for us. It's keeping up with these other towers for now. It's not going to stay that way for long. And Sada's slowly going to get behind here, but Sada has already done all the work we needed her to. Grab the primary mentoring buff. Now we can see this has a ton of range. This has even more range. Look at the range this has coverage on. So we're really happy with that. We can get the bigger bombs for free as well here. We're not going to get the heavy bombs just yet because there's better value to be had here. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go up until red, to the right until red, right there. We're going to get the acidic mixture dip and the berserker brew. And then we can get the faster throwing. As we want to buff these 3 towers pretty regularly, we can get a lot of value from all of them. So go ahead and get the faster throwing there. And then we have the tough call on stronger stimulant or overdrive. And I always like to get the upgrade on the tower first before I do that on the harder maps, because it tends to be safer and it's a little bit more consistent. For instance, if we went with the stronger stimulant and the buff went onto the mob mauler there at an inopportune time, we'd feel really sad. There we go. And we have this very helpful tooltip. I know a lot of people wish the tooltips were more helpful. Shoots incredibly fast. And I'll say that's incredibly helpful. But now we can come back over here and get the stronger stimulant. Still some pretty scary waves here. That is okay. We should also have this alchemist on strong. Let's go ahead and do that now. And now we come back over here. We're going to get the heavy bombs. There we go. And get one more primary tower over here in the front area. We're going to be getting the ice tower. Needs to get in range of the monkey village though. So let's find a good spot for that. Looks like our monkey village wasn't quite in the spot we wanted it to here. Let's go all the way over here and go to the right and then down. Right here looks good. We're going to upgrade the top path here. We want to get the cold snap and then the enhanced freeze and the deep freeze. So we have a 2-2-0 here. Anytime you have a heavily bomb shooter oriented strategy, the ice tower is really good synergy with that. We're going to get those ice shards and save up for the embrittlement here. Embrittlement online. Happy day. And now we can do a variety of different things here. I personally like the extra bomb shooter in the back. Right over here. It doesn't help us go faster, but it is safe. So we'll go up until red, left until red. Right there. We're going to upgrade this to the cluster bombs and then get the bigger bombs and heavy bombs. So this is doing pretty good work here. And the pops that this is going to get are really effective, right? We're not going to have too much overlap here with the first shot of the recursive cluster here. If we look at these two, they're shooting at very different times most of the time. Sometimes they do sync up, but we can get some really good value by having them shoot at different times. We could also probably play around with the targeting to get even more value from these two being in these locations. Let's go ahead and get that recursive cluster and relax here. Now to spend the last little bit of our money, we're going to place down a sniper down here. Snipers never miss. They're really not that great on this map. As we can see though, they're not able to see all the way down here and to the left. And I didn't want this to get over here in the buff range of this alchemist. That would be a bad situation for us if we had a really close wave. You can see nowhere really good here, and I just don't want this to take that. Let's come back over here and get the large caliber, the fast firing, and even faster firing. And to prevent anything bad from happening here, we can just place down an alchemist. Over here to the right. Get the acidic mixture dip, get some stronger acids and perishing potions, set us to strong. We're on the way out the door here. And getting the Berserker Brew right here before the end of the game. Buffing whatever tower it feels like, that's okay. There goes the ZUMG. And now we've done one of the harder maps for half cash with no monkey knowledge. Hope you enjoyed it. 62 lives at the end there with no abilities used. And our monkey star was the recursive cluster at 140,000. Nearly 1/2 of our overall pop count. So that's pretty impressive. And there you have it. Hedge half cash with no monkey knowledge.